Let me tell you something, TNT. You're absolutely right. I support my son. Just like I said on national TV. I support my son. I love my son, but I do not support what he did. My very first post about him was about how guilty he was, as a matter of fact. And then the truth told me, don't be saying that, boy, he ain't been to court yet. That's my son. And I support him. He came from my loins. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I support him as a person. And until you have someone in your life that commits a crime like that, don't tell me about what I support and what I don't support and how you would act. I played a voicemail that you left to me when you were in tears, TNT, and a lot of people remember it. I still got it somewhere. I'm sorry for what you're going through, and I just know that Luke is innocent, and I'm here for you if you ever want to talk. Those were your words supporting my son. So that's my son. I don't have no choice but to love him. And what I've done, I've even posted before, if there was a button that you could just press on about your kids or people in your life, a love button that you can just turn off, I would. But that's my son. I don't care what he did. I didn't encourage him to do that. I didn't try to go into court and lie like your buddies did when it came to what Daryl did. Remember when they lied for them? Okay? So you're absolutely right. I support my son. As a matter of fact, we just got done sending him out a sundry box. I did anyway. Where he can get his shoes and his sweatpants and clean boxers and earbuds and fans and TVs. They get it twice a year. I just sent that out to him because that's my son. Now, if you wanted to make it seem like I woke up one day and called him and said, hey, you need to go kill that baby, that's not going to work. What you sit here and do is you lie to this community, right? You know who that boy was because you knew him personally before he even got to YouTube, right? Because he lived right down the street from you. You knew exactly what he did. And you sent him money, and he's not related to you. There's no love connection between you two, or is there? It seems to me like you like to date people in prison, so you support criminals, right? You don't see me supporting criminals. I was the first one to say that he was guilty. And I had to have people talk me out of that. You're going to mess up his case, blah, blah, blah. Right? So I think you need to get your stuff together. Any parent who has a child that can turn their back on their child easily doesn't deserve to have kids in the first place. Now, you knew he was a sex offender. And then people keep saying, well, she didn't know. Well, where's that live that you took down, TNT, where you said, well, it's not what you think. He did it twice. And I don't really care who you support or who you don't support. Doesn't bother me none. It really doesn't. Molly didn't wake up one day and say, let me find a sex offender and bring him on my channel. No, she was trying to get to the story about Chris Watts. And what was Chris Watts like? And every media outlet, right? Every media outlet that does true crime, journalistic stories about killers, rapists, pedophiles, that does not mean they support that person or that crime. They support getting the story out there, right? Now, also what you don't tell people is, and it's in if I have to repost this stuff, I'm the one who turned my son in. I'm the one who walked him down from where he was hiding. I'm the one who the police had a house around it. They couldn't get a warrant because there was no warrant out for him. And I knew he was up there, so I went up to the police and I said, look, I know he's up there. Right? I said, I'll go get him if you want me to. Right? Because we need to end this. And I walked him down there. First, the police started to get all crappy with, oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to take your kids, and you're harboring this. And I said, we ain't harboring nobody. I said, do you guys want to sit here all night and wait for a warrant? Or do you want me to go up there and get him and end this situation so he can face the music? I said, this is why the public doesn't help the police. All right? And he started getting lippy with me again, so I walked away. Then I became sir. No, hold on, Mr. St. John, sir. Hold on. So I went up there and I got him. I went up to the apartment. He was sitting there going, Dad, I'm scared. I don't want to go down there. I said, boy, you need to face this music. I don't know what you did, but you need to face this music. And I gave him a cigarette and I lit it up for him. And I said, you're going to smoke that cigarette. And then when you get done with it, you're either going to go out there or I'm going to let him in here. And I walked him down there to him. I was a witness for the state, TNT. Yeah, anybody would support their own child. When I say support them, you still love them. Even if they're a fuck up, even if they're ignorant, even if they did something that stupid. You still love your kids. And for you to put that out there, what'd you love about this kiss on me, kissing me? What'd you love about that guy to send him money? Huh? What'd you love about him? You guys are just pushing real hard to make Diane look like something that, something that she's not. And let's say this. You want to say, well, he supports a child killer. Well, I've been up on Diane's panels many times talking about that. And does that mean Diane supports me? Supports that? Right? So you're just reaching for straws is what you're doing. You're grasping really hard. Grasping at straws and stuff. Right? Because what if your child did something stupid like that? Right? And people want to try to like blame me for the crime and stuff like that. But you got to remember when you would call us all the time talking about how innocent Luke was, how he didn't do it, and that old voicemail that I played for everybody where you were crying. Does anybody remember that? I still got it somewhere. Maybe I'll put that up. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do that digging. Because I still got those Alex Adams recordings. And maybe I'll just do that digging. This is almost exactly what you said. I feel so sorry for you and your family. And I know that he's innocent. And I'm just here for you if you need anything. Because I know Luke didn't do this. That's exactly what you said. So were you supporting him at one point? You were supporting his innocence. I'm only supporting him because he's my son. Big difference. I know he's guilty. I knew he was guilty from day one. And said so. My very first post about him was about how guilty he was. And it was the truth. Tracy, who messaged me. And she said, Bryan, you need to take that post down. He ain't even been to court yet. You're going to mess his case up. She was just being friendly to me. A lot of people supported us through that. And what you did is you tried to befriend our family so you can get information for the other side. Right? Even if your support was fake, it still came out of your mouth. I know he's innocent. I know he didn't do it, and I'm so sorry for what you and your family are going through. Like I said, people say you didn't know that this guy was a sticky finger, panty sniffer. Go away, little girl. But you did, because you took it down where you said it wasn't what you think. Right? So you knew something, or you wouldn't have said it wasn't what you think. Right? So when you and your buddies get over there and they start talking about how someone supports a pedophile when that's not the case, Laura wasn't supporting him. And me and Laura don't even care for each other, but Laura wasn't supporting that guy. I wasn't. I definitely wasn't. I was on the panel. I was in the chat telling him like it was. Molly just wanted the story, and that's what people who put out content do. They get the story. So you're not gonna make it look like Molly and them are buddy with this guy. You know what? So, and another thing I don't do, since my name was brought up on a certain panel somewhere. Another thing that I don't do is, like, if I have a friend that's trying to stop doing a certain thing, like drinking or drugging or whatever it is, I don't sell them that drug so they can get high. I don't do that. You ever done something like that, TNT? I thought the idea was, see, people can't even make a pact about being an adult and not talking about each other. They're still going to do it. They're going to let some fat ass like you get up there, TNT. Some catfish like you get up there and talk. They just want to keep dragging it on and on and on. Right? You have a nice day. If you can remember that day. Because Xanax make you forget, don't they?